Do you get nervous when you have to speak in public? You're not alone. Most people do. This common fear, known as glossophobia, or the fear of public speaking, affects a large majority of the world's population. It's so prevalent, in fact, that it's often ranked as one of the top fears, right up there with heights and creepy crawly spiders. So why is public speaking so terrifying for so many of us? Well, it's a primal thing. Our brains are wired to protect us from perceived threats. And in the wild, standing alone in front of a large group often meant danger. So our bodies respond in kind, triggering a fight or flight response that can leave us feeling shaky, sweaty, and tongue-tied. Not exactly the state you want to be in when you're trying to deliver a killer presentation or an inspiring speech, right? But here's the good news. This fear isn't an insurmountable wall. It's more like a hurdle. And with the right approach, you can leap over it. Public speaking, you see, isn't some mystical talent reserved for the charismatic few. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, honed, and mastered. Think about it. The first time you rode a bike, you probably wobbled and fell. But with practice, you got better. You gained confidence. And eventually you were zipping around the neighborhood like a mini Evel Knievel. Public speaking is the same. It's unfamiliar and scary at first. But with practice and the right guidance, you can become a proficient, even exceptional public speaker. This journey towards becoming a better speaker isn't about transforming into someone else. It's about finding your voice, your style, and your confidence. It's about learning how to effectively communicate your ideas and leave a lasting impression on your audience. And it's about realizing that public speaking isn't a test of worth. It's an opportunity to share, inspire, and connect. But fear not, public speaking doesn't have to be that complicated. Overcoming the fear of public speaking and becoming a confident speaker is not as hard as it seems. Let's break it down into easy, manageable steps. First off, know your material. You've probably heard the old saying, knowledge is power, right? Well, it's entirely true in the case of public speaking. The more familiar you are with your material, the more confident you'll feel. This doesn't mean you should memorize your speech word for word. That can lead to sounding robotic. Instead, aim to understand your topic thoroughly, know the key points, and be able to explain them in different ways. This flexibility allows you to adapt on the fly if needed. Next, practice, practice, practice. It's not just about repeating your speech in front of the mirror, though. Use a variety of methods. Record yourself and listen back to identify areas for improvement. Practice with a friend or family member and ask for their feedback. You might even try practicing in the location you'll be speaking if possible. This can help you become comfortable with the environment and reduce any location-related anxiety. Don't forget the importance of feedback. Constructive criticism is a gift that helps you grow. Seek it out from trusted sources and use it to refine your performance. Maybe you're speaking too fast or perhaps your points aren't clear. Honest feedback can help you address these issues. Finally, remember that public speaking is a skill, not an innate ability. Some people may seem like natural-born speakers, but rest assured, they have worked hard to hone their skills. Don't be discouraged if you stumble or stutter. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. So, dust yourself off, learn from it, and keep going. Incorporate these steps into your preparation, and you'll see your public speaking skills improve. And as they do, your confidence will grow too. It's a positive cycle that feeds on itself. The more you practice and improve, the more confident you become. And the more confident you become, the better your public speaking will be. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Now, let's move on to some techniques that can help enhance your public speaking skills. First off, let's talk about the power of body language. You see, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A confident stance can make a world of difference. Stand tall, shoulders back, head held high. It's all about owning the space you're in. Use your hands to emphasize key points and don't forget to face your audience. Your body language should communicate openness and engagement. Next up is voice modulation. Your voice is a powerful tool, and using it effectively can help convey your message more impactfully. Try varying your pitch, volume, and speed to keep your audience engaged. A monotone delivery can be a surefire way to lose your listeners. Remember, it's a conversation, not a lecture. Then we have eye contact. It's simple, yet so effective. Making eye contact helps you connect with your audience on a personal level. It shows you're not just speaking to a crowd, but to each individual. It's like a secret handshake saying, I see you, and I value your attention. Lastly, the use of visual aids. These can be a game changer when it comes to public speaking. Visuals can help illustrate complex ideas, making them easier for your audience to understand. They also provide a break from continuous speech, giving the audience a chance to digest what you've just said. But remember, your visual aids should supplement your points, not make them for you. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot to remember. And you're right, but don't worry. With practice, these techniques will become second nature, and you'll be commanding the stage like a pro in no time. These techniques, when used effectively, can make a world of difference in your public speaking skills. So get out there and start practicing. You've got this. Finally, we'll discuss how you can make your speech different, engaging, and even funny. Because let's face it, no one wants to sit through a dull speech, right? It's all about making it memorable and enjoyable for your audience. First off, let's talk about personalizing your speech. You see, the best speeches are those that are authentic and true to the speaker. It's not about reciting a script word for word, it's about sharing your unique perspective. Include personal anecdotes or experiences that have shaped your views. This not only makes your speech more relatable, but it also adds a layer of authenticity that your audience will appreciate. Next up, humor. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be the next stand-up comedian, but a little humor can go a long way. Jokes, funny anecdotes, or even self-deprecating humor can lighten the mood and keep your audience engaged. But remember, the key is to keep it natural and relevant to your topic. And don't worry if you're not naturally funny. Humor is subjective, and even a small chuckle can break the ice and make your audience warm up to you. Lastly, engaging with your audience. This is crucial. No one wants to feel like they're being talked at, so interact with your audience. Ask them questions, encourage participation, or even use interactive techniques like polls or quizzes. This creates a sense of community and makes your audience feel involved. But here's the golden tip. Always, always practice. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll be with your speech. And the more comfortable you are, the more confident you'll appear. Confidence, my friends, is contagious. It sets the tone for your speech and makes your audience believe in what you're saying. So next time you have to speak in public, remember these tips and techniques. You'll be a pro in no time.